Okay, my mic is working. Alrighty, hello everybody. Today we're gonna be playing some Fortnite because I have nothing to fucking do. I have fucking nothing to do. Ah! Mm. Mm. Maybe I should get into watching those terrifying movies.
One day, did Megatron become evil because of Optimus Prime's weakness? After Optimus...
I asked if she'd slept with Chad, and she just laughed at me and said, "And what if I did?" Then she asked me if I even had the balls to leave her. She said our relationship was gone. She saw me as a sympathetic worm who couldn't fight back against her. I've been taking it on the chin for the past few weeks, but that was over for her. I didn't reply for a while. I just stood there slack-jawed, and she continued. She said I was lucky to marry up, that I was a failure who needed her to support me while I was playing my games and taking my little classes. I still couldn't find the words to say. I mean, what do you say to that? As usual, I knew what she said wasn't rude. I didn't rely on her. We both contributed to the household, but what she said still caught me deep. You can't imagine I thought love you. I came up from a poor upbringing, and while I wasn't fortunate enough to bag an MBA from a fancy school, assuming this is a typo and maybe meant MBA or something else, I was doing my best with what I had. I had even stopped talking to her about my classes because she always found some way to dampen my excitement. I felt so alone at that moment. She just kept going. She said I was boring and weak, and that the most fun she had recently was watching me squirm while she rubbed her affair. Yes, she said that word herself in my face. Yes, she was banging Chad from work, and he made her feel more alive than I ever had. Wait. There's something freeing about finally knowing where you stand with someone. When I thought she loved me, her actions made me feel terrible. But now that I knew she hadn't loved me in a long while, her words were losing their edge. I realized I didn't care what she thought of me. I didn't care how she felt, in fact. I wanted her to suffer for the way she treated me. I told her to shut up and she did. She had this aggravating smirk on her face though. Then I told her I wasn't going to play her games. I let her know that I hadn't said anything because I was recording every message she showed me. I was digging into her messages and collecting videos and photos she'd shared and the dates and times of the comments she'd made. I told her that I was going to divorce her and ruin her. I think that surprised her because first, she let out a forced laugh and then after a bit, she just stared at me and said, "Wait, you can't leave me." I turned around and went upstairs to pack my stuff. I wanted to show her I was serious, that I wasn't the codependent loser she was making me out to be. She followed me around while I packed up my essentials. She didn't shut up the whole time. She alternated between throwing insults and telling me all the reasons I couldn't leave her, but she didn't apologize once. I didn't get the sense of an ounce of guilt from her, and that strengthened my resolve. If I couldn't feel guilt, I'd make her feel regret. When I turned to leave, she planted herself in the doorway and refused to move, saying that I wasn't going to humiliate her by walking out on a marriage. I just edged past her and didn't respond. I was done with words. As soon as I left, I drove to a friend's place to stay the night. I'm there now, plotting my next move. I know I'm going through with the divorce, but I want to make her pay. How can I get back at this woman who destroyed my confidence in my life? My mental health has been impacted way more than I should have let it be, so I have to make sure I make it hurt for her. Update 2. The past few months have been hell for me, but it's a different kind of hell from before. And in the end, I came out happier than I could have imagined. As promised, my wife was served divorce papers. She called me later, saying she refused to sign them because she knew I was just lashing out. She said she'd give me some time to cool down and think about it. I just told her not to hold her breath. After a few days, she called again and said we should talk about it. I reminded her that we talked already and there was nothing more to say. Then she said I had proved my point and that I should come home. I didn't respond to her attempts to manipulate me. I knew she was embarrassed to have me walk out on her. She didn't feel any remorse at all. All the time she called me and tried to convince me to come home. She hadn't apologized once, like she always did. She was trying to pretend our last conversation hadn't happened at all. In a way, I was glad she hadn't apologized. It meant I didn't need to feel bad when I finally got back at her, and I planned to get back at her in a big way. And divorce was just the beginning. My lawyer suggested filing for divorce on the grounds of infidelity. Based on the mountain of evidence I had, they filed a restraining order to keep her from coming around and harassing me during the process. While the legal side was in motion, I got to work on my next step. Patricia was obsessed with her career and reputation. She was a power player in her company, and she did her best to keep her name clean. I spent a night compiling all of my evidence into an email. My messages with Chad and her to other colleagues were a centerpiece, but I made sure to include the details of how she had left her work laptop unsecured. I included a few emails and documents that I could tell were sensitive as well. I sent a group email to all her co-workers at once. How did I get all of her co-workers' emails? I copied them down, along with the other sensitive information I grabbed at the time. I thought it was just her co-workers, but I found out later that some clients were on the list too. Looking back at it, I should have known that, but it wouldn't have changed my decision. It worked in my favor because it meant the company would have a harder time burying a scandal involving their star employee. I didn't have to wait long for the fallout. I thought Patricia would call me, but 3 hours after I sent out the email, she was banging on my door. She was screaming hysterically, saying that I'd ruined her life. I told her through the door that she was violating the restraining order and that I would call the police. She kept screaming, demanding that I open the door. If my lawyer had been around, he would have told me to call the police and keep the door shut. But he wasn't around and I wanted to gloat a little bit. I opened the door, holding my phone up to record. I made sure it was obvious I was recording and told her I'd reported the restraining order violation to the police. She ignored the phone and screamed, "Do you know what you've done to me? I can't come back from this." She looked completely deranged. My always perfectly groomed wife had her hair all over the place. Her makeup was blotchy and ruined, and her eyes were red from crying. She looked like a witch out of a cheap horror movie. Judging by the fact that she was here in her work clothes in the middle of the day, I guessed that she had been fired or at the very least suspended. I just looked at her and felt nothing for her except immense satisfaction from seeing the perfect woman broken down completely and knowing I was responsible for her downfall. The same woman who laughed in my face when I confronted her about her betrayal. I wanted to laugh back in her face, but all I said was, "Am I still bored?" She didn't have...
Shit. No! No, fuck this kid then. Was like, I'm going to steal this building because I had that issue. My name is on Debbie. I'm fucking my fucking... What was I saying? Oh yes. I'm smoking my fucking galaxy gas. Oh, it's so good. You should try it. Oh my fucking god. Why am I lagging, dog? Bro. Times like these, you just need 2 kinds of shotguns. Oh, look at that. You know what's funny? I hit level 200. Yo, welcome to the stream where I'm playing Fortnite, a game I do not like. But I'm trying to hit Unreal. Holy crap, I'm lagging. I do need kills. I'm gonna be very honest. Oh, okay. Ass. Okay, now just gonna slowly. Ah! Yeah, come. Damn it! But I was lagging. Oh my god. But this ball's a fake.
She just attacked me. She scratched my face and then grabbed me. I dropped my phone in the scuffle and had to use one hand to hold her head back for me. I'm not certain, but I think she was trying to bite me. I'm basically heavier than her, so I was able to push her away from me and close the door between us. She hadn't hurt me much, but I made sure to record the scratches on my face and neck. Meanwhile, she kept pounding on the door until the police arrived a few minutes later. She was taken away and I had to answer some questions. I made sure to report the assault. After that, the divorce went smoothly for me. She had the money to hire a great lawyer, but she was a disaster of a client. There was a history of infidelity, a violated restraining order, and evidence of verbal and physical assault that supported my prior claims of psychological torment. She never stood a chance. She tried to get alimony from me, but my lawyer fought that down brilliantly. He pointed out that she had a higher income than me but was still trying to get money from a man that she had psychologically abused for months. I didn't end up paying her a penny. After the divorce was finalized, I felt free for the first time in months. I was free from her criticism, from her mind games, and from the toxic energy that had started destroying my well-being. Of course, there's a lot of pain to work through, and I'm still going to therapy to help put my sense of self-worth back together. The effects of living with someone like that don't go away overnight. Patricia, on the other hand, ruined her entire career. I found out that she'd been removed from her company for being reckless with confidential information and for having multiple inappropriate relationships at work. I heard from a mutual friend that she was trying to start over in another city, but her reputation had followed her. Employers are great at digging into a candidate's history these days, and she had an arrest record. Now she'd applied for several junior-level positions, but with essentially no luck anywhere. As for me, I've completed my night classes and I'm already working on changing careers. I haven't gotten a new job yet, but I've done a few interviews. The interviewers were pretty impressed with me, and I realized just how much I let Patricia's opinion skew my perception of myself. Living my life outside of her shadow has shown me just how much potential I really have and how hard I've been working to achieve it. Their mental health is very important, man. That's all I can say. Don't give any woman the power to...
If you personally handed him the matrix of leadership that you found.
Okay, stop.
Claire. Batty.
Medkit, bad for me. Flashlight, bad for me. Stefano, bad for me. But I die way too easily. So no big.
Bro, let me, oh my, bro! I'm clicking X. What is my game doing? Oh, no wonder why. My game is currently having a spastic attack right now. It's screaming, kill me. Okay, now hopefully this round is better than the last one. I was fighting some fucking guy who was hiding behind some pillars. So basically, in a long shot, there was absolutely no way how I was able to survive that shit. That and that guy plays like he never touches grass. I don't know why, but when I play Pillar Chase, I just feel happy, contained, and not feeling like I'm about to get mad in 1 second. This game, it just makes me a ticking bomb, and I'm not saying that's a joke. This game actually makes me mad. Very. one side of me is telling me not to go. But the other side says yes! You know it's not nice to jump around like a monkey now, is it? Now I'm going to... Now I'm going to take this. And not only I'm going to take it, well, never mind, he left it. No, shucks. My. Okay, well I got 2 kills now. That's good. Can we make that 2 into a 4? And then possibly a 6? And if I can, a 10? If I'm not doing with clowns. What? The fuck is this game on? I still used it, so who cares? I just hope my Wi-Fi doesn't fuck me hard like it is right now. Oh yeah, if you hear anyone in the background coming back, those are my grandparents, so yeah. Ooh, gummies. Ooh, now I'm all cracked out. Get out! Little monkey? No, I'm taking this. Bull's like, no, I'm gonna try to chainsaw you. No, I'm gonna use the chainsaw because you tried to use it on me. That's right. Oh! Open up! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No! Bro! I swear, Epic Games really needs to fix this shit. Like, when I'm playing this game, I do not want to get killed by someone who's in fucking Diamond while I'm in goddamn Elite. That is stupid. I'm sorry. Holy fuck. Yes, I know I suck, but still. No, okay, I lost my phone. Oh, never mind. We're good. We're gonna see how long I've been streaming for. Oh, 20 minutes. That's not that bad. I'm just probably just gonna delete this stream after. Bye.